Hi, this is Jake, and we're running through the Triangulum graphical web crawler. We're at the close to the end. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run through where the program stands. Then I'll talk specifically about my part. So we start it here, start the server. We go to this, and we're going to put in some search parameters. We go to a depth of 2, keyword of bird. Boom. Okay. You can see I put in a lot of the console log messages, so on the server side you can see what's going on. We're printing out the URL that we're scraping, we're printing out the title, and then where we're at in terms of the scrape count, where we're at in terms of the overall progress. Once we're complete, that is the title of the page. So if you highlight it, you see the URL title and then the URL just below it. It's colored. You click the link and it will show the next level down of all the links created. That's right, correct. There's no title there. LinkedIn's kind of weird about scraping. Sometimes it doesn't work. And we highlight here the result, and then you can click on it. Not sure why that shows there. And the highlight in red there shows the path. If we look a little lower, we see that the starting URL is here. Our search algorithm was BFS. We have a depth of 2, and the keyword was found. So cool. Now when it comes to the code of the crawler, the entry point of the crawler is the bfs crawl.js file. So we call the BFS crawl async function, and then we set up all the different parameters that we're going to, all the data structures and variables. We have here a loop to iterate with a while statement. The first thing is we're going to loop through until we get to the depth that the user entered with this depth counter. I use some log messages to kind of just say where we're at. Here we're using fetch. Fetch is referring to node fetch. Node fetch is used because it supports async. And async is real key because in this program it's very asynchronous. So we're going to fetch the URL, print it out just so we can verify. We're going to get the links, print it out, do little things. And right here, this code block is where we're going to go through with Cheerio and load in the response. So the fetch URL is going to get the response. We're going to parse through it and find all the different links, the tags, okay, and store this in this URL function, and then we're going to push this into link queue, which is a data structure to store the contents. So we continue iterating through. Here's a bunch of other just messages, so we can just verify what's going on, and then we end that fetching loop. So now we've fetched all the data, all the links, and we've stored them. Now we're going to do the scraping for all the links that we found. Again, some initial data structures, variables, so we can see what's going on. And we're going to scrape through a scrape count iteration right here. We fetch again. And now when fetching, we're going to go to Cheerio. Now we're going to get the title. We're also going to search for the word, the keyword. Okay, that's the keyword right there. If we find the keyword, we're going to have target found equals 1. So that just sets the flag that, hey, we found it. We're going to push the title in here. All right, not the target found yet, but we're going to push the title. Cool. All right, we continue through. We're done. We'll end the scraping. So now we end the scraping. I'm going to print out a bunch of stuff so we can just verify in the console log messages. So now I'm going to do my data cleaner. Clean the data. So I got to extract out through these mapping statements the individual parameters. We're going to just print them to screen again just so we can verify. And now we're going to go through and push them into the visited nodes, the nodes that we go visit. We have an URL, title, parent, and target found. If we hit the target found, with this one, we're going to hit a flag, and this flag right here tells us to quit pushing contents in. So now we return it back to our index page right here, index. And this index page, it returns right in this code block is where we called, no, in this code block is where we called it, okay, for the breadth first algorithm. And we're going to return this graph data right here to this result. And this result is sent back to the client. So we're good. What I have to work on right now is cleaning up the depth of the crawl. The crawl depth doesn't seem to be, that needs to be fine-tuned to make sure it's 100% accurate. Everything else looks good, and then once the BFS is finished, we think it's going to be, I think it's going to be pretty simple to do the DFS. All right, all done. Thank you.